All right, mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Check, check. You got me? This is a KUGR sports production.
Good pass down low to Airstrip, and he scores off the glass.
Giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He's stuffed at the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get him right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
What a play! What a kill by Brewstad!
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, on to the game.
Welcome to KUGR Radio. It's a nice Wednesday night here at Beasley Coliseum, and it's a matchup between the Washington State Cougars hosting the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. My name is Nathan Eshelman. I'm joined by Bobby Bailey. And Bobby, both of these teams have struggled to start their season. It's pretty early on, but I mean, the Thunderbirds are having their worst start in program history under their head coach, Rob Jeter, in his tenure. Why do you think both of these teams are struggling, specifically with the Thunderbirds?
Some of this is just a little bit of deceiving stats. They've played Gonzaga. They've played Arizona State. Both were also road games. They have not done themselves favors if they like their numbers to look overly impressive. Overall, they've just had to play tougher teams. But coming in tonight, they're not a team that should be slept on in any means. They've got some real talent, especially in the freshman Elijah Duval. He's a 4-star prospect out of high school, and he's shown it so far. He leads the team in scoring nearly 13 a game, and he's a guy that really, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he might move up in the ranks before the end of his career here.
I mean, he really is a special talent to see. Also pretty good at the assist marks, leading his team in the assist as well. And when it comes to the Cougars, they've had some tough games recently. They just lost to UW, and that's a tough loss to have their rival. But before that, they got their win against St. Thomas here in Pullman. How impactful was that win? And do you think that they have something of a similar defensive approach coming in today against the Thunderbirds?
Well, it's going to be interesting. That win was a very nice, just positive momentum, getting on the right direction with a win at home in front of your home crowd. Really what I'm looking forward to seeing is how balanced of an attack do we see from the Cougars tonight. It's going to start from a number of players leading the charge, of course. Emmanuel Ugbo, he is going to be that guy that they want to feed him the ball, get him as many looks as possible, but other guys need to step up. Andy Okafor needs to take advantage of the block tonight, but we also need to see some more stuff from guys like Morton. Some of the numbers haven't come along for some of the supporting cast. And their key to success tonight, everybody getting involved. And with Rasterton apparently not in the starting lineup, that's even more that the love needs to be spread with the ball.
A lot of pressure on this offense now. Thrasherson being one of the star key players early in the season. Ugbo, as you mentioned, might have to step up his game depending on how tonight goes. But both sides, so far this season, their defensive stats have not been where they want them to be. A lot of opponents are scoring at will, and I think both teams match up pretty well with one another, as both teams have struggled shooting inside the paint, or at least they haven't struggled shooting inside the paint. They've struggled from the arc, behind the line, shooting threes. Do you think both teams should force each other into that spot?
Absolutely. At least in the early going, neither team has been very consistent from the three-point line. Washington State just 29% from deep. Southern Utah only 25%. One of the keys for Washington State particularly is allow Southern Utah to shoot some of these threes. They only have really one guy who's been good so far this year, and that's Tanner Hayhurst, who has been inserted to the starting lineup for the first time this season. But everybody else has struggled mightily, lower than 33% for the rest of the entire roster. And that even includes Duval, who's only shot 21% from deep. So it is going to be a bit of a kind of a daring game almost, where you say, we're going to let you shoot the threes. If you hit them, okay. But we're going to let's watch you do it first before we worry too much.
Both teams shooting under 30% from three. It's going to be a very tough battle. Let's see if I think whatever team starts shooting 3-point better, that's the team that's going to gain momentum and really take control of this game. Now, looking also at the turnover margins for each side, the Thunderbirds, this could be a little swayed due to how bad that Gonzaga game was. That was their worst loss in program history, and for Gonzaga, that was their second best win in their program history. Their stats may be a little swayed, at least when it comes to their 5 games that they played so far, but turnovers have been an issue all season long. Do you think the Cougars will try to force that, especially with starter Adrian Gonzalez?
Absolutely. And with some of those guys, especially with Southern Utah, they've shown some of a lack of overall control on the ball. Farrow has had his turnover issues, even a couple of turnover issues for Duval. He's averaging 3.5 a game. Now, part of that is due to his just usage. But Southern Utah has a couple guys, especially I would say Cottrell. Let them put the ball on the floor a little more and get those steals, especially if you're Rodriguez. This is a game where you should be headhunting a little bit.
Very true. Now, we are going to go to break. The national anthem is coming up, but don't go anywhere. You're listening to KUGR Radio, the student voice of the Palouse.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Beasley Coliseum for tonight's matchup between the Southern Utah Thunderbirds and your Washington State Cougars. Here's the starting lineup, first of all, for the Thunderbirds. Starting at forward, a 6'11" senior from Las Vegas, number 0, Isaiah Cottrell. At guard, a 6'3" freshman from Wilmington, Delaware, number 1, Elijah Duval. At guard, a 6'6" junior from Eagle, Idaho, number 3, Tanner Hayhurst. At forward, a 6'8" freshman from Herman, Utah, number 24, Cale Barclay. And at forward, a 6'9" senior from Draper, Utah, number 35, Jaden Farrow. The head coach, Rob Teeter.
I got all my soldiers all I need to know. Once I get a green, we all on beast mode. Feeling like headed, come on, be close. Training in my sleeves, stop, catch me how to reach. Big time, started putting pressure on that action. Big cross to the team, trying to get trench. Say young, cause I'm getting what I said. Whole team coming up from all across the atlas. Can't step on anyone that blows. Ain't a new paper dog, we ain't gonna have that big news. Come on, change my nature, we ain't with it. Control with options on my eyes, got to come back to work. Keep my brothers till I die. They get my head too strong. I got to turn on my life. And like what wants up. That's what I'm in for. Racing on top of it. Breaking yourself, that's what I'm in for. When I'm running from my soul, skipping it. For the jobs running, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm actually taking the workings. Breaking yourself, that's what I'm in for.
And now, your Cougars of Washington State University. Starting tonight at forward, a 6'8" senior from the Netherlands, number 0, Emmanuel. At forward, a 6'9" senior from Canada, number 3, Simon Yorat. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Lexington, Kentucky. Number 11, Jerome Martin. And guard, the 6'4" senior from Spain. Number 13, Andrea and forward, the 6'10" junior from Ireland, number 22, N.D. Okafor, the head coach, David Riley. Starting lineup presented by Geezer Credit Union.
Welcome back to KUGR Radio. Once again, my name is Nathan Eshelman, joined by Bobby Bailey. The starting lineups were just announced, and for Southern Utah, starting at guard, number 1, Elijah Duvall. At guard as well, number 3, Tanner Hayhurst. One of the forwards, number 24, Cale Barclay. At forward, once again, number 35, Jaden Farrow. And starting at center, number 0, Isaiah Cottrell. The head coach for the Thunderbirds is Rob Jeter. For the Cougars, starting at guard, number 11, Jerome Morton. Guard 13, Adria Rodriguez. Forward, number 0, Emmanuel Ugbo. Also at forward, number 3, Simon Hildebrandt. And playing the forward/center, and number 22, N.D. Okafor. Head coaching the Cougars, of course, is head coach David Riley. And with tip-off just about to start, the Cougars looking to gain some momentum earlier in the season as their next tournament is going to Hawaii. It's going to be quite an exciting matchup.
Yep. Going to Hawaii is always going to be a fun experience, just life or basketball in general. It'd be nice to be going to Hawaii with a little win in your back pocket and your luggage.
Well, a win is exactly what the Cougars are looking for, as Indy Okafor and Isaiah Cottrell are lined up at the Cougar crest. The tip goes to the Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds now control it in the backcourt, heavily being pressured by Morton. Morton forces a pass to the left wing. That's Jane Farrow. Farrow gives it back at the top of the key, who gives it a handoff to Tanner Hayhurst. Hayhurst trying to find a man, throws it to the right. Now back to the top of the key to Elijah Duvall. Duvall heavily pressured once again by Morton. Switch gets canceled. Tries to throw it into the paint. It gets inside, but great defense from Indy Okafor, and Isaiah Cottrell forces a miss and a rebound to the Cougars.
And that's how you set the tone defensively. Great first possession on defense for the Cougs.
Jerome Morton driving the other way, took it himself into the paint, spins around, forces 2 guys to jump in the air, drawing contact and a foul. 2 shots will be coming up for Morton.
And that's what I want to see more from Morton. Last year, averaging 10 points a game at Morehead State. They brought him in to be aggressive and to be a guy who really helps the offense flow. Nice to see him attacking early. I hope more for that.
The first free throw coming up. That foul was on Isaiah Cottrell, his first of the game. Morton's free throw is good, and the Cougars have the first lead in the game, 1-0, 19-19 left in the first half. Morton's second free throw is up, and it is good. Cougars now have a 2-0 lead. Full court pressure from the start of the game for the Cougars. Morton heavily guarding Duvall. Duvall trying to find a way around it. Just gets past the midcourt line. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Passes it to the left corner. Lots of good defensive pressure, but a pass inside the paint. Cottrell gets Okafor foul, and the Thunderbirds are going to head to the free throw line as well.
And this is something to watch, the matchup of Okafor and Cottrell. That is a big-on-big matchup, 6'10 versus 6'11. Cottrell, he's good at drawing fouls overall. Okafor, on the other hand, has had trouble with his foul issues, usually averaging around 3 a night. So that's something to really watch. N.D. Okafor needs to stay out of trouble.
Isaiah Cottrell's first free throw rims out. Looks like it was going to drop, but just goes out. Still a 2-0 lead for the Cougars. 19:04 on the clock. Cottrell's second free throw is up, and it falls in. Thunderbirds get their first point of the game. 2-1 is the score. Both teams scoring from free throws. Cougars now have it, trying to drive on the left side. Okafor takes it back at the top of the key. Hands it off to Ugbo on the right wing, who then passes it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez steps back, whistle on the floor. It looks like it's going to be a foul on the Thunderbirds, but on the floor, no free throws coming up. It appears to be on Cale Barclay, the freshman.
Yep, he's trying to understand why that was a foul, and unfortunately, that's going to be another one for him.
Cougars with the inbound. Rodriguez trying to get it in. Gets it to Ugbo on the left corner. Now posting up his man, gets just outside the box, throws up a hook shot. Great defense by the Thunderbirds. It does not fall, and it's a rebound by Jaden Farrow.
And although he missed that, that's what the Cougs want from Ugbo.
Farrow took it himself the entire way, bounced off his man, makes a great layup off the glass with his right hand. 3-2 is the score now. Cougars trying to go fast. Morton takes it himself, goes into the paint, dumps it off to Okafor. Okafor goes up high, gets a layup to match the Thunderbirds. 4-3 is the score, 18-18 on the clock.
So far, I like this. They're spreading the ball around. A new player has shot the ball in every position. I think that's a key for the Cougs.
Morton with lots of pressure. Thunderbirds now bringing a screen up. Rodriguez guards a man tightly. Tanner Harris trying to pull up a jumper from the left side, and Ugbo goes down from some contact to his own player. He's down on the court holding his lower right leg. Not what you want to see if you're the Cougars.
Absolutely not. So far, Ugbo has been the best all-around player for the Cougs. He's averaging 14.5 a game, as well as 6.5 boards. He is vital to the Cougars' success. Really hope this one's just a stinger.
Emily Yalaho is coming into the game now as Ugbo is being helped off of the side of the court. Very big injury right here for the Cougars, and it could be a morale issue as well, as you have Thrasterson and Ugbo leading this team so far this season, and now both of them not in the game.
And it's the efficiency that he's done it with, 65.5% from the field. Losing him is losing a lot.
Adrian Rodriguez took it himself, something not really seen much this season. It does not fall, and it's going to be a rebound to the Thunderbirds to the other way. Going down the right side is Duval. Duval took it over three people, and he drains the layup. 5-4 is the lead for the Southern Utah Thunderbirds.
And he's done this all season. He's been able to get through defenses and take it to the rim. This is why he was a 4-star prospect coming out of high school.
Cougars now have it on the other side. Morin on the left wing kind of loses his pass, but Rodriguez able to collect it just before the midcourt line. Whistle on the floor. Once again, contact. But this time it's going to be on the Cougars.
It looks like they're getting him on an off-ball screen call. Wasn't quite set when he made the screen. It's hard to see exactly who they pinned it on, but will be a turnover nonetheless.
17:23 left in the first half. Southern Utah leading the Cougars. And it's going to be Elijah Duval taking up the court, but Rodriguez, lots of on-ball pressure, leading the Cougars in steals. He takes it away from Duval. Momentum here for the Cougars, trying to get something quickly, but Utah able to get some defense going, but Rodriguez takes it himself to the rim, gets some contact, and he's going to head to the line.
And that's exactly why Rodriguez is in the starting lineup. If you look purely at his scoring numbers, you might be saying, why exactly is he a starter, only averaging 3 or 4 points a game? This is why. He does all the things that don't appear on a stat sheet, pressuring, but also getting steals. He's the best player on the team in terms of that.
Rodriguez's free throw is not going to fall, and the Cougars are still behind one. 17-10 left to go in the half. If he makes it, it would tie it. Rodriguez's free throw clanks off the back iron, and it's a good rebound by Cottrell. And the Thunderbirds have it once again. Duval on the left side now hands it off to Cottrell at the top of the key. Now goes to the left wing, hands it right back to Duval, who cuts through between Rodriguez and Okafor. Great pass to Cottrell, and he slams it down on the top of Hildebrandt's head. Good dunk there by the Thunderbirds.
And that's the best brand of basketball for Southern Utah. Those two working in a pick and roll situation off that left side is two deadly weapons. Duval can hit the shot, but Cottrell can also just dunk it on your head.
Cougars tried to take it down the court, try to get it inside to Morton, but there is going to be a personal foul on the floor on Southern Utah. It appears to be Elijah Duval picking it up.
Yeah, especially on this side of the floor. It's been a little ugly, a lot of fouls so far.
It's going to be handed in to Yalaho. Yalaho posting up, passes it to the left wing to Okafor. He does not take it. Swings it now to Morton. Morton driving to the paint. Gets a layup to go. Blew past his man, and it's now a 7-6 game.
Morton is continuing to show some aggression, and now that both Ugbo and Thrasterson are not on the court, he's going to have to keep doing that.
A drive to the paint on the other end by the Thunderbirds by Cale Barclay. Drove up on Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt thought that he had a clean block, but there's some contact and a whistle. More free throws coming up for the Thunderbirds.
Yep, it's always tough down there. You always kind of want to think you've got a clean block. Sometimes you end up getting a piece of the wrist, and that's what they ended up calling on him.
The freshman from Utah, Barclay's first free throw does not fall. Another miss, and both teams are shooting 50% or under so far in this game from the free throw line.
And Barclay's going to be a problem. Even though he's a freshman, averaging 8 a game on 54% shooting, he's been a great freshman alongside Duval.
Barclay's second free throw does fall, hit the back iron, but great spin on it. It drops in. It's an 8-6 lead, 16-21 left in the half, and Rodriguez will take it up the court here for the Cougars. He has it now on the left wing, trying to find an open man, hands it to Okafor at the top of the key. Okafor takes it himself, spinning in the paint, goes under the rim and in. 8-8 is the score after a great move by Okafor in the paint. And a quick inbound was tipped away by Emeli Yalaho, trying to play very aggressive, still goes out of bounds. It's going to be another inbound coming for the Thunderbirds.
And Yalaho so far has come in ready. He came in off the bench earlier than expected because of Ugbo's injury, but he's showing some intensity.
The Thunderbirds trying to catch the Cougars offside. It's going to be a quick pull from the three-point line. He sinks it down. Great three-pointer there on the play.
And I believe that was Jones, and he's a problem. Last year shot 39% from the three-point line.
The Cougars trying to match it of their own. Morin took a three-point shot after some couple dribble moves. Okafor with a great rebound after a long bounce. And Okafor takes it himself into the post with a hook shot. 11-10 is now the score. Thunderbirds still lead. 15:33 left in the first half.
Okafor is saying, step into my office and allow me to show you how it's done. This is how I work.
Morton tracking his man, Zach Bell, who gets it to Jane Farrow. Farrow trying to work something under the paint on the right side. Farrow with another post move. He fades away and drains it down.
And that's just beautiful basketball. He gets him to the point, gets him on that baseline, and then just fades right over the top of the D. That's tough to stop.
Adria Rodriguez now trying to drive into the paint. Hands it off to Okafor, and Okafor feed the hot hand. Makes another shot close to the rim. 13-12 is the score. Trading baskets right now are the Cougars and the Thunderbirds.
And this is great to see from Okafor. He's been great defensively. The problem is his offense hasn't really fully gotten going like we would have expected it yet. 6 straight points, that's a lovely sight for Washington State.
Thunderbirds now trying to take it on their side. Farrow at the Pac-12 logo on the left side, hands it off to Hayhurst. Hayhurst from the left wing, tries to get it in. Okafor almost deflects it out of bounds. A great pass to the other wing. On the right wing, he drains it. That's Dylan Jones for his second three-pointer, and he has not missed so far tonight. 100%. 16-12 is the lead for the Thunderbirds. The Cougars now have it. A quick pull-up from Rodriguez at the free throw line, and he makes it. 16-14 is now the score.
Talk about fast pace, but they got to cover Jones better. He hasn't started off particularly well from 3 so far this season. The last year shot at 39%.
Thunderbirds trying to take it up the court, swinging it to Jones once again, but Rodriguez there that time, tips it out of bounds, and we're going to go to immediate timeout. A very fast-paced, contested game, high scoring, as there's 16-14, only 6 minutes in. Do you expect more of this to come?
So far, yeah, they're just trading baskets, and so far neither defense has been able to really lock things down yet. I think we're going to see a little more, but we're also going to need to see some defensive adjustments, particularly from Washington State. We talked about how they need to run them off the three-point line. There are exceptions to that. One is Daniel Jones. They don't want him to have open shots, and unfortunately, he's had 2 now. Everybody else, you could be, for the most part, say shoot the 3, but Jones, don't leave him open.
Can't leave that guy open so far this season. But with this timeout, we're going to go to break as well. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
checking into the Cougs, number 15. And here is the man with number 21.
Welcome back to KUGR. Once again, my name's Nathan Eshelman, joined by Bobby Bailey. It's a very fast-paced, contested game. 16-14 is the score, and the inbound comes in on the Cougar side of the court. Thunderbirds looking to score. It's handed off immediately to Dylan Jones, who then swings it across the court to Hayhurst, pulls the three from the right corner, and he got it. 19-14 is the score. Thunderbirds winning.
Southern Utah has been rolling from the three-point line so far, despite the fact they're only 25% of the season. If this continues, it's going to be a long night for the Cougs.
A couple of substitutions coming in for the Cougs. Ace Glass right now has it in, hands it off to the paint to Hildebrandt, who makes it a miraculous shot. Lots of contact, threw it over his shoulder, off the backboard and in. It's going to be an and one foul. Simon Hildebrandt, great job in the paint there.
And that's great to see. He's stepping in essentially for Thrasterson because he's not started, and he's going to need to be able to make some shots to help kind of fill in that void that Thrasterson leaves open.
Tanner Hayhurst was the one who committed the foul. Hildebrandt's free throw is in. It drops. It's a 19-17 lead for the Thunderbirds. 13:35 left on the clock until halftime. Taking it up the court. Gets it to Jones on the left wing, wide open. That time he misses, but a rebound by Kai Burdick makes a layup as well. 21-17 is the lead for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, the full court press has been interesting. It hasn't really worked so far for the Cougs. I'm going to be interested to see if they go away from it.
A big hit on the three-pointer attempt by the Cougars does not get called. Hildebrandt went down to the floor, but the Thunderbirds get the rebound. They're moving in transition. Lots of ball movement, passing all around the court. Jones drives this time now, puts a floater off the glass, gets it to fall. He's having himself quite a night so far.
Well, Dylan Jones coming off the bench today, he actually started the first two games of the season, and he's showing that he has that offensive ability.
23-17 is the score. Yalaho now has it, gets it to Morton. Morton on the right wing, gonna bounce it to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt trying to get it into Yalaho, back in the paint, backing his way down, does a nice spin move, but a great offensive rebound by Ace Glass, the guard, gets it back to Yalaho in the paint, and it's another and one as a hook shot from his left hand, goes out the glass and drops. 19-23 is the score with a free throw coming up for Emily Yalaho.
And I love the trust and the confidence and also the hustle just displayed by Ace Glass. Gets the board, immediately goes back to Yalaho. He misses the shot. He says, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go right back to you. And that's nice to see that trust working in the paint.
Emily Yalaho trying to find a way to get the Cougars back to a one-score game. 23-19 is the current score. Yalaho's free throw is up, and it goes down. 23-20 is the score. 12:27 left on the clock. A bad pass that time. Gets it straight to Ace Glass, who goes up in another and one. Ace Glass with a right-handed layup. Lots of contact. Gets it to still fall, and a chance to tie here for the Cougars.
And finally, we see the full court press that Washington State has been doing finally pay off. Glass has come off the bench, and just like he has been all year, he's been a firecracker off there.
A turnover there by Lee and the foul by Farrow as Glass makes the free throw. 23-23 is the score now. The defensive pressure working for the Cougars right now, and Glass is keeping it up, guarding Zach Bell close to the mid-court line. They still find a way to get it over, and now it's Dylan Jones once again working, swatted away by Morton, and it's still going to be Thunderbirds ball, but the on-ball pressure getting the Cougars hyped up along with Beasley Coliseum.
Yet Washington State has watched and read the scouting report. They are guarding up closely on Southern Utah, something that they've kind of struggled with, ball security.
Jones gets it to Bell. Bell then does a bounce pass into the paint for their big man, Kai Burdick, the only 7-foot player in this game, as he makes a right-handed hook shot from inside the paint. 25-23 is the score. Morton now takes it to the other side, passes to Yalaho, who drains the three, and the Cougars have the lead. 26-25. And a quick inbound with a foul on the Cougars. Rahards Beavers forces the foul, and it's going to be another timeout. Cougars now have the lead after some crazy defensive and offensive turnarounds. 26-25. Both teams shooting at a great percentage at the moment. 67% for the Cougars, 77% for Southern Utah. Do we really predict this happening earlier in the game?
I don't think anybody would have predicted this, and that's why you play the game. Sometimes sports can surprise you, and so far this game has surprised all of us. Both teams are really just incredibly efficient. There's a couple players that are doing so, that are helping this number. Yalaho has come off the bench and has answered the call. Ugbo goes back, and it's just, he goes out, and then it's just next man up for Yalaho. He is stepping up, hitting shots in the paint, hitting threes, inside out, and if they keep doing this, it's going to be a tight one.
It really is. But with this timeout, we're going to go to break as well. You're listening to KUGR Sports, the student voice of the Palouse. Welcome back to KUGR Radio. We're here at Beasley Coliseum for the Washington State Cougars versus the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. Right now, the Washington State Cougars hold the lead 26-25, 11 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock. Been a very fast-paced and entertaining game. Lots of fouls, lots of three-point shooting, and very quick turnovers for each side.
Yep, and it's really been the bench that's supported Washington State so far. Ace, Glass, and Yalaho doing a lot for them, and Jones for Southern Utah has also been on fire. He leads them in scoring right now.
Thunderbirds do a quick inbound to Zach Bell, guarded by Parker Garretts. Garretts almost pokes it loose, but the Thunderbirds able to maintain it. Gives it to Burdick at the top of the key, hands it right back to that appears to be Bell again. Bell gets it to Dylan Jones on the left wing. Lots of pressure, very far back. Jones finds an open shot after Glass jumps, but Jones unable to get it to fall, and it's going to be rebounded by Indy Okafor under the rim.
It's great for the Cougs just to see Jones miss a shot. He's been on fire.
Glass with a rebound from Okafor on his right, pulls up from the free throw line. He gets it to fall. 28-25 is the lead. 11 minutes now on the clock until halftime. Zach Bell trying to break away on the other side, but it's blocked by Rehards Vevers. Great job on defense there by the Cougars. Glass trying to push it quick now. Slowing it down now on the right wing. Vevers hands it off to Glass. Gets it now at the top of the key to Garretts. Garretts passes it to Yalaho. Yalaho trying to back down the smaller Zach Bell. He's going to pass it now to Glass, one of the best three-point shooters on the team, unable to get it to fall, but a great rebound by Yalaho. The size mismatch really helping out the Cougars right now. Gets it inside to Yalaho once again. Indy Okafor now has it. Lots of contact going up, and they are going to blow the whistle. More free throws coming up now for the Cougars as they are in the bonus.
And that was a wonderfully orchestrated offensive possession. Yalaho trying to take advantage of a smaller defender like Bell, but also having the eyes to see that Glass is sitting wide open. While he may have missed the baseline three, Glass is the kind of guy that you want hitting open shots, averaging 10 points a game. You're going to keep trusting him to do that.
Okafor, the hot hand so far tonight. His free throw hits the back iron, high dropping in, and it's a 29-25 game now. Cougars with a 4-point lead with potential to make it 5.
And Okafor has been really the force so far. He, with this free throw, would have 10 points. And so far, he has not been scoring like that this season. So it's great to see.
Okafor gets his second free throw to fall. 30-25 is the lead. 10:24 left on the clock. Lots of pressure there by the Cougars. Stolen off the inbound, but unable to possess it as he was falling out of bounds. Thunderbirds now have a quick fast break opportunity. Alley-oop and the foul. It's going to be Dylan Jones once again. So much fast break opportunities are coming out from the defensive pressure. You live and you die by it, and right there the Cougars unfortunately died for it.
And some creativity from Southern Utah. It's not too often that you see a 6'5" guard go up for the alley-oop, but Jones made it work.
Jones, he got his first free throw to go as he completes the and one. 30-20 is the lead now. As we're coming to 10 minutes until halftime. Glass takes it for the Cougars. He's going to pass it to the right wing to Vevers. Vevers pulls it, but it's going to be fought for multiple colluded players for each side leads to the Cougar possession. Yalaho now is on the left wing, trying to drive into the paint, gets a man to jump, still gets it to fall, no whistle, and it's going to be a 4-point lead, 32-28, 10 on the clock now, and the Thunderbirds taking a very quick pace again, gets it to Jones on the right wing, in and out on the three-pointer. Okafor with a great rebound, hands it off to Garretts. Garretts with the screen to his left, hands it right back to Vevers. Vevers trying to find somewhere to go with it, gets it to Glass on the right wing. Glass gets it right back to Garretts, gets it to Yalaho on the left wing. Slowing it down now are the Cougars. Garretts at the top of the key, hands it to Okafor, gets another bucket to fall. He's 5 for 5 on the night. 34-28 is the score. Okafor really feeling it tonight.
And he's taking advantage of the man defense they're playing. He's being allowed to just go one-on-one, and he's winning tonight.
The Thunderbirds now have it on their side. Hands it to Hayhurst. Hayhurst with a deep three from the left wing. A little bit too far. Not enough power. Rebounded there by the Cougars. Yalaho with a good job boxing out. Gets it to Ace Glass. Ace Glass now taking it into the paint. Kicks it back out to Okafor at the top of the free throw line. Now does a handoff onto the right wing. Okafor setting up a pick and roll, but a foul called on Okafor. Might have been a moving screen there, and it's going to be going the other way. Thunderbirds to inbound.
Yes, it was, and something to look towards for the next possession. Ace Glass is currently being guarded by a 5'10" Abelar. That is a matchup that he can take advantage of, and we've already seen from him throughout this year, he has no problem being aggressive, and when he's being guarded by a guy significantly smaller than him, it's his time to eat.
Abelar is going to be the one to take it up the court, being guarded by Glass, gets it to Jones, feeding the hot hand. He's doing a lot of dribble moves, but aggressive defense still being played by Garretts. Gets it inside the paint to Cottrell. Cottrell finds a mismatch, and he gets his layup to fall. 34-30 is the lead. 8 minutes, 20 seconds until halftime. And Glass will take it up the court for the Cougars. Now on the right wing, gets a screen left by Okafor. Glass pulls the three, gets it to fall.
Ace Glass, the three has been slowly coming along throughout this year. Hasn't quite shot it extremely efficiently, but those are the kind of shots that he's able to make despite being just a freshman.
Glass sends it to a 7-point lead, 37-30, 7:56 on the clock. The Thunderbirds try to get it inside the paint to Cottrell, but it goes awry, out of bounds, didn't hit a Cougar, and it's going to be a Cougar inbound after this timeout here on the court.
This is an opportunity now for Washington State to get a little bit of an advantage. They're now up by 7, their largest lead so far. Now they have an opportunity with the ball to go up 9 or 10 with momentum. And really, I want to see them continue to go to Ace Glass. He has a very favorable matchup right now.
Well, right now, Southern Utah is sitting at 3 turnovers, and the Cougars themselves sitting at 2. One of them might have been when they got the steal, trying to inbound it. It's been very chaotic. Lots of excitement right now in this game, and we'll see how it goes. Right now, it's a media timeout. We're going to go to break. You're listening to KUGR Sports, the student voice of the Palouse.
Your hometown airport is proud to fly Cougs and Cougs fans direct to Seattle and Boise on Alaska Airlines. With their One World Alliance, you now can travel just about anywhere in the world. Whether you're looking to get away or finding your way back home, book your travel Alaska Airlines through Pullman Moscow Regional Airport. That's P&W and go Cougs!
Welcome back to KUGR Radio. It's been a very exciting first half. 7 minutes 54 until that halftime. Cougars leading 37-30. And why do you think that is?
Well, they've just been able to build a little momentum, and part of it is their full court pressure has started to get under the skin of the Thunderbirds. They've gotten some pressure. Yalaho has come close to several steals. Then Ace Glass has actually had a steal that's turned into points, and one even. So they're getting pressure, and now they are getting results.
Well, coming out of the media timeout, Adriel Rodriguez taking up the court for the Cougars, gets it to Hildebrandt, who hands it down to a wide open Andy Okafor. Now 6 of 6 on the night, and an inbound is deflected out of bounds. Cougars very tight on the inbounds, trying to force any turnover that they possibly can, getting one steal from it tonight. 39-30 is the score. Thunderbirds getting it up the court now, less pressure as it's Lorenzo Abeller taking it up the court. He's now on the left wing, screen right, now being guarded by Andy Okafor. A little bit of size mismatch in the paint. Barclay trying to get it to him, but his pass outside to Jones. Jones, a hot hand, still making it. Can't leave him open. 39-33 is now the score as Jones hits his third three-pointer of the match.
If anything's a talking point at halftime, it has to be, why have we left Jones open on 3 open threes?
The Cougars now have it on their side. Lots of ball movement, getting to any man that they can, finding an open shot. Pulling up from the right elbow is Simon Hildebrandt. He can't get it to fall. There is a whistle, and it appears to be a foul on the ground on the Cougars, and it'll be an inbound for the Thunderbirds.
Yep, they're probably going to get Okafor for just kind of pulling his man, trying to reach out to the baseline for that rebound. And either way, though, you like the effort that Okafor has shown so far. He's been the real highlight. This has already probably been his best offensive showing on the year.
He has had issues with fouls, and that's now his third foul of the game. 2 more, and he's out of here. But they're taking him out. Substitution now coming in for the Cougars as the Thunderbirds take it up the court. Tanner Hayhurst has it at the top of the key, swings it left to Barclay. Barclay gets it into the paint, but it's deflected off of Jones. Great defensive pressure in the paint. It's going to be a Cougar inbound. 6:37 on the clock with a 6-point lead are the Cougars.
And that was good recognition this time from the D. Jones has gotten behind on cuts and gotten nice layups, went to the line for it. This time they notice him cutting, they get the deflection.
Rodriguez taking up the court now. It's going to be handed off to Case Wynot. It's not said much of his name this season, but Rodriguez tries to get it to him on the left wing. Tipped out of bounds. Cougars wanting a different call from the referees. They're not going to get one as it's a quick inbound to Lorenzo Abeller, who gets it now on the right side to Jones, swings it to the left corner now. Open 3, hits the side of the backboard. Tanner Hayhurst can't get it to fall, and it appears to be a foul now on Hayhurst.
Yep, and Hayhurst is going to get serenaded a little bit for that side of the backboard shot. Those are some of the moments in a basketball game where you just move on to the next play, have a short memory, and move on with life.
Well, with the Cougars being in the bonus, that foul is going to send the Cougars to the line. Adriel Rodriguez, the senior guard from Spain, looking to get his free throws to fall. His first one, it was a 1-and-1. He does not get it to fall, and it's rebounded by the Thunderbirds, giving them now a free possession. Down the court is a wing play to Barclay on the left wing, swings it across to Abelar, who has on the right wing, and a off-the-ball foul called on the Cougars.
Yep, I believe it's going to be on Garrett's.
That now sends the Thunderbirds to the bonus, and Abelar is going to go to the free throw line to get his first points of the game.
Something to watch here, especially in these final 6 minutes. This particular group of Cougs on the court have not played a whole lot together, and that's because of injuries right now and also now foul trouble for Okafor. It's going to be interesting to see how does the chemistry play with these guys on the court, as they are not as used to playing with each other.
A part of it is also the defensive aggressiveness kind of taking a toll right now with this lineup. And contact lower to the rim. The free throw does fall. 35 now for the Thunderbirds, 39-35. 6 minutes now left. Both teams in the bonus for the rest of the half. Gets it to Morton now for the Cougars, who gets it to Yalaho. Swings it to the Why Not. Pass to Yalaho in the right corner. Why Not has it now as the right wing. Gets it to the other side of the court. Rodriguez now has it. Tries to step back. Lots of movement down under the rim, and they're going to blow a whistle. It appears to be a foul on Kai Burdick, and the Cougars are going to go to the free throw line once again.
And it actually looks like they're going to give it to Barclay, which is interesting. Barclay's had a couple calls against him, and he's not happy about it either. But it's good for Hildebrandt. He's had the rough end of some calls tonight, and he's getting to the line, and he's really worked hard.
His first free throw does fall, makes it 40-35. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. Substitution coming in for the Thunderbirds is Rock Lee. Hildebrandt, his second free throw coming up. He's so far 2 for 2 on the night, earlier having an and one. His third free throw of the night is going to fall. 41-35 is the score, 5:40 on the clock. As the Thunderbirds get it in quickly to Abeller. Abeller on the right wing, now being guarded by two men. A hard screen, does not get a whistle, and it pass now onto the left side, gets deflected and stolen by Rodriguez. Rodriguez taking off the court himself. Lots of momentum, lots of speed. Kicks it back out to Hildebrandt on the right wing. Almost gets taken away, but Yalaho now controls it on the right wing. Gets it back to Hildebrandt on the right corner. Trying to feed it into the paint to Why Not. Why Not goes up on Jones. Jones, great defense and a rebound there by Burdick. Thunderbirds now have it on the left side. Hayhurst swings it to Rock Lee, and he misses the free throw from the left corner. Rebound by Why Not. Why Not now gets it up the left side of Rodriguez. Rodriguez with the screen right from Yalaho. Almost pulls it from the free throw line. Gets it back to the left wing for Yalaho, who drains the three-pointer.
Yalaho has continued to be on fire since its 15-point showing against the Huskies this weekend. And that was great work also from Rodriguez, pulling in the D at that free throw line. They leave Yalaho open, and Yalaho says thank you.
A 9-point lead now for the Cougars, 44-35, 4 minutes, 27 seconds on the clock. Is going to be Abelar once again taking control of it, gets it to Hayhurst. Abelar has an open three from the left wing, leaves it short. Great outreach for a rebound there from Yalaho. Gets it now to Rodriguez on the left side. The chemistry between those two is working well tonight. Almost poked away, but gets it to Hildebrandt in the right corner. Great pass, great shot, great make. 47-35 is the score. 4:04 on the clock, and this time it's going to be a timeout by Southern Utah and Rob Jeter.
Hildebrandt has come off the bench in the place of a very good Tomas Thrasserson, and he has delivered. And the threes are actually falling tonight for the Cougs, and we're seeing the difference now suddenly up by 12.
The Cougars 50% from the three-point line, 4 of 8, along with also having 12 free throw attempts. They are taking all the momentum right now in this game, up by double digits now for the first time. 4:04 on the clock. The score is 47-35. And with this timeout, we're going to go to break. You're listening to KUGR Radio, the Stu and voice of the Palouse. Welcome back to KUGR. Once again, my name is Nathan Eshelman, joined by Bobby Bailey. And Bobby, the Cougars, their bench support has been definite in this game. They got a 12-point lead, and why do you think that is?
Well, Yalaho and Glass, especially off the bench, have really stepped up. They have combined for now 19 points on extremely efficient shooting. We're talking north of 50 to 60%. But also Hildebrandt, who usually does come off the bench, now starting today has put in 8 on 50% shooting. And then that all has complemented Andy Okafor. 14 points. He is just on fire tonight. That's why the Cougs have kind of pulled away all of a sudden.
A lot of unsung heroes for the Cougars. A quick inbound here from the Thunderbirds. Sends it down to the court. Dylan Jones, the hot hand, still feeling it, and he's got himself another three-pointer. The lead is back to 9, 47-38. Cougars now taking it down the other way. Glass feeds it to Yalaho, then gets it to Morton. Morton driving on the right key now. Gets it back to Ace Glass at the top of the key. Morton now on the right wing, trying to find an open man. Gets it to Wynot on the left wing. Gets a man jumping. Still swings it to the top of the key now for Glass. Glass takes a spin move on Abelar. Glass takes it himself with a spin move and a hook shot. He gets it to fall. 49 to 38 is the score with 3 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. Abelar taking it quickly down the court. Gets it to Jones. Yalaho now quickly on him, tightly contesting him on the right wing. Gets it back to Abelar, trying to find an open shot. A lot of three-pointers are falling for each side. Abelar gets it back to Jones on the right wing, feeding the hot hand, tries to get a pass inside, gets inside, poked away by Morton, gets it back to Abelar with a rebound there from Jones. Jones gets it now to number 9, Rock Lee. Rock Lee gets it poked away, and it's going to be a shot clock violation forced by the Cougars. Great defensive presence there on that possession.
Yeah, they seal off that baseline. Lee drives, and when he gets there, he has nowhere to go, gets deflected, and the Washington State defense has really picked up as this game has gone. That's another reason why they're up by 11 right now.
The Cougars now take it on the other side of the court. Glass finds an open man on the right corner. Morton pulls it, does not get it to fall. Offensive rebound now for Yalaho. Lots of contact. It appears that it's going to be a jump ball, no foul, and it's going to be an inbound for the Cougars.
Well, that's Yalaho doing what he does best right now, which is doing the dirty work. He's grabbing extra rebounds. He's getting some steals. And those are the kind of possessions that really help a team not just actually win the game, but have momentum.
Well, Morin will be the one to inbound for the Cougars and immediately finds an open man on left corner. Quick inbound, quick shot. Vevers, the Latvian laser, drains it. 52 to 38 is the score with 2 minutes 30 on the clock. Cougars lead.
Caught the D sleeping, and he woke him up.
Elijah Duvall back in the game for the Thunderbirds. Haven't said his name much so far today. Cougars defense happy to see that. A quick pass in the paint. Appears to be deflected off of a Cougar out of bounds. It's going to be an inbound coming up. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Duvall will be the one to inbound for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, it appears they're saying that Ace Glass may have touched it, and so they're keeping it on this side of the court. But speaking of Ace Glass, wow, 10 points off the bench, 80%. He has been a spark plug, and it is really paying dividends right now.
Duvall gets in, and Cottrell, who gets it right back to Duvall. 5 on the shot clock. Duvall working against Morin, drives to the left, now kicks it back. It's stolen away. It appears that it's going to be an inbound still for the Thunderbirds, but with only 1 second on the shot clock, Cougars just need to be tight on their shots.
Yeah, Veers just tried to pull up a Scottie Pippen back in, keeping the ball in court. He doesn't quite get it, but the hustle there has been very impressive, not just from him, but from Yalaho and the squad. And again, they are wanting it more right now.
Jane Farrow gets it in, a quick shot away from Cottrell. It's not going to be off in time, and it's going to be a Cougar inbound on the other side, 52 to 38. Shot didn't really have a chance to go in either.
And they're just playing inspired defense at this point. They're down in terms of personnel right now, arguably their 2 best offensive players, and their defense is picking up the slack that would be there on offense.
Well, the offense has still been pretty spicy today. I mean, you got Ace Glass now taking it the other way. Just as I say, he turns it over, and it's a great steal there by Zach Bell. Takes it the other way. What a block coming in from the other side of the court. Riards Vevers really jumping up and sending it back like he's LeBron James in his prime.
Veers just denied a highlight for Zach Bell. He almost had a nice mixtape kind of dunk. Sorry, that one's not going to want to go in the mixtape anymore.
Well, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Duvall gets it in to Farrow. Farrow working at the top of the key, gets it to the right to Zach Bell. Zach Bell now pulls up from the right corner. It's a 2-pointer that does not fall. Great rebound from Vevers, making a name for himself around the paint. Gets it to Glass at the top of the key. Glass now gets it back to Yalaho, left wide open. Hits back iron. Morton does a great job tracking and following it. Offensive rebound. Quick pass at the top of the key. Another missed 3, that one by Vevers. And it's going to be a rebound there to the Thunderbirds. Duvall taking it into the paint himself. Almost swatted away by Morton. He does get it. Lots of contact, but no whistle. Morton taking it the other way. Poked away out of bounds. It's going to be off of a Thunderbird. A lot of things just happened, and so much momentum is swinging in favor of the Cougars from their defensive effort.
And really what's been impressive has been their paint defense. Duval has really thrived in driving into the hoop, getting points. That time gets deflected by Viviers. He only now has 2 points because of this, and that's a huge storyline right now why Wazoo is taking such a lead.
Well, the Cougars get the inbound. It's Morton getting into Yalaho, posting up. Cottrell on the Pac-12 logo, hands it off to Glass, working his way past Jones from the left corner now, gets it back at the top of the key to Morton. Morton now on the right wing, trying to work his way into the paint. Spin move, hand it off. It's going to go down for Rihards Vevers. Contact. Apparently, it's going to be on the ground. The basket will not count. And it's actually going to be on the Cougars and an inbound coming up for the Thunderbirds. David Riley wanting more of an explanation. He's very upset, and so is Beasley Coliseum.
Yeah, it's a little hard to understand exactly the call there. It looked like Viviers had a for sure and one, but they're going to call a loose ball offensive foul, I believe.
It's going to go against Hildebrandt. Very interesting call here. And with only 48 seconds on the clock, that would have been quite a momentum swing going into 17. But score still 52-38, 45 seconds on the clock. It's now going to be inbounded to Abelar, and they're going to maybe try to get a 2-for-1 here. Gets it to Jones with a floater from the WCC logo just inside the free throw line. It's going to fall, and the Cougars running as much clock off as they can. 30 seconds now. No difference shot clock and game clock. It's going to be inbounded now to Glass. He's going to run down the clock now. 12-point lead for the Cougars. 20 seconds, 52-40 is the score. Ace Glass at the Cougar logo trying to move his men. At the top of the key now, gets it to Morin, gets it to Why Not, pulls up a fadeaway, and it's going to drop from the Pac-12 logo off the left wing, and it's a quick inbound. Ebelar taking it down the court. Morin pokes it away. Why Not almost swats it away. The shot does not fall anyway, and it's going to be 54-40 at the end of the first half. The Washington State Cougars leading the Southern Utah Thunderbirds.
A great finish there. It looked like Southern Utah might try to go on a run, but Washington State really doing a good job shutting down any momentum. And I love to see just the overall spread out contributions of this team. 33 players for Washington State in double digits. Meanwhile, players like Duval, Cottrell, and really mostly everybody aside from Jones have been very quiet for Southern Utah.
I mean, Dylan Jones himself has not been quiet. He's been a force, and he is leading all players in this game. He has 19 points, most of them coming from the three-point line, but he's also showing versatility going into the paint, and he is currently 3 for 4 while driving in the paint. Great job from Dylan Jones, and they might need to feed his hand in the second half as the Cougars are finding a tough job stopping him with his speed and his great shot.
And yeah, for Southern Utah, they've been trying to find someone that's been on a hot hand. It's nice to see for them that Jones has 19 first half points, despite the fact he only averages 7. And if he keeps shooting like this, they're going to keep going to him regardless of him coming off the bench.
Dylan Jones does have the most three-point attempts on the season. Through their 5 games, he has 30 attempts. He's made 33% of them, but today he's really changing that direction and improving his three-point shooting percentage, taking all the momentum right now, going into the half, trying to lead his team back in it. They're down 14, and what they really need to do to stop this is stop Indy Okafor in the defensive and offensive pressure in the paint from the Cougars, because the Thunderbirds are having a tough time stopping it on the defensive end when they keep fouling the Cougars or they're giving up open looks, and it's leading to easy points for the Cougars, who are not missing those easy points when they have them. They are currently 9 of 12 from the free throw line at 75%, taking any type of points that they can. And when it comes to the defensive side, they have so many different forced shot errors along with blocks to go along with it. It's been a very entertaining game, and Beasley Coliseum is excited to hear it for it.
Yeah, Washington State defensively has been impressive. 4 blocks, 3 steals in the night, and particularly what's been interesting in terms of Southern Utah's defensive approach, a lot of man-on-man, which has allowed Okafor to go to work one-on-one, and right now he's just overpowering Southern Utah, whoever they throw at him, whether it's Cottrell, whether it's been Barclay, no one's been really able to stop him. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of defensive adjustments, if any, that the Thunderbirds make.
Well, both the Cougars and the Thunderbirds shooting the equivalent from the three-point line. To be fair, a lot of that is being carried by Dylan Jones for the Thunderbirds. But for the Cougars, it's kind of been spread around. Anytime you find an open man, most of the time they have been making them. Yalaho himself has 2 of 3 made coming off the bench. He's just been a great force in 15 minutes that he's played. And over the first half, the Thunderbirds only led the game for 5 minutes and 34 seconds, and there were 4 lead changes, but ever since the Cougars took their lead, they've held on to it, and they've had the lead for 13 minutes so far in this game.
And it can't be overstated the fact that they're doing this without Ugbo, without Thrasherson. These have been the 2 best players offensively, both in terms of overall production and also their efficiency. And the fact that they've been able to turn to other guys now, whether it be Glass, whether it be Hildebrandt making a spot start, and Yalaho coming in for Ugbo, it's impressive the fact that these guys who have played in smaller roles have really filled in the void nicely and have added their own flavor even.
Well, a lot of these guys are already either matching or beating their season average in points, kind of taking up the offensive end of the court that usually Ugbo or Thrasherson take, and that's been a big shift. I think just in morale for the team as well. There's a lot of team chemistry going on with each other. No matter who's on the court, there's always going to be someone working with the other. And India Okafor right now being perfect at half, I don't see why you don't just keep feeding him in the paint in the second half. But with a 14-point lead, the Cougars are winning 54-50. You're listening to KUGR Radio, the student voice of the Palouse.
Welcome back to the Palouse here. We have Washington State and Southern Utah about to start the second half. And overall, great first half for Washington State, leading 54-40 by 14 points. And really, what do you think stood out to you, especially in that final stretch of that half?
Well, I mean, something that's standing out the entire half has been their shooting performance, but what causes that great shooting is the amount of ball movement that they're seeing on the court. They so far, just in that first half, got 11 assists, which is more than they average on the season. Their best they have right now is just passing the ball around. Rodriguez right now leading the team in assists, or actually it's Morton leading the team in assists with 4. Rodriguez himself has 3. Those combined as their point guards are working well with each set that they bring onto the court, and their assist is leading to the open shots, leading to Okafor getting under the rim or Glass getting open shots all around the court, getting a lot of momentum going inside the paint, outside the paint. Just all the passing that is going around, swinging the rock has been their biggest help, and they have only turned the ball over 5 times compared to those 11 assists, doing a great job controlling the ball. And that's something that they really want to keep up this second half if they want to find a way to hold on to this win.
Absolutely. And we highlighted it before the game started that if they can spread the ball around, it's going to be really fun to see what this team can do instead of it just being through Ugbo and Thrasterson on offense. Well, they've kind of been forced to be without them. Both are out, and the guys are overall responding really well. What have you seen from some of the supporting cast?
I mean, the supporting cast is showing up in massive bunches right now. Everyone's doing their own thing. While Rodriguez himself only has 2 points, he's not the scoring threat. You want to show up defensively, and he's getting steals. He's getting poked away balls. He's helping the team any way he can, passing the ball. But when it comes to scoring, you got Ace Glass, the freshman, really making a name for himself so far this season. And by the end of it, he could be one of the most nationally recognized people as he's doing this just as a freshman. And along with this comes Vevers, who's been great on the defensive end as well, getting a massive block, getting Beasley Coliseum rocking. While there isn't a big attendance, they got on their feet for that one. They were excited. And he's also got himself a 3-pointer to go along with it. It's just been a great game all around for the Cougars. In Utah, might want to take a look at what the Cougars have been doing, spreading the ball around, getting multiple people to score, as right now Dylan Jones has 19, but the next best they have is Isaiah Cottrell, one of their best players, to be fair, but he only has 5 points in the half. Jones leading the team with 19, been an amazing force, but if you're Southern Utah, you need to pass the ball a little bit better. They have 7 assists, which is pretty good for their standards, but they need to pass it a little bit better and spread the ball a little bit more around the court to get themselves back in this game as they are down 14.
And overall, they can't depend on Jones to keep up this pace. 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from deep. He's doing more than he's done all season. And overall, the thing that has really helped Washington State, as we've seen, is the rest of Southern Utah's supporting cast hasn't done a whole lot. And now here's the inbound. Elijah Duval, who had a quiet first half, only 2 points, takes it in. He's guarded by Morton, dishes it down low to Barclay, who's on the baseline. Back out Duval. Now it's Hayhurst. Duval will now patrol, and they're going to call a loose ball foul. That's going to be on Hildebrandt trying to guard on Barclay.
There's been a couple of those fouls just in the paint. It's been very aggressive on both ends of the court, and I think the Thunderbirds have been getting too many fouls in the paint, and it's leading to easy free throws for the Cougars. They need to just work on that.
The inbound to Hayhurst. He's got it, guarded by Viviers, and Hayhurst with a nice little pirouette in the paint gets the bucket. Very nice move there.
Something unexpected from a guard, but he is standing at 6'6", so he definitely has a little bit of a post game to him. Good shot right there from Harris.
Now Morton patrolling at the top. Now back down. They go out to Rodriguez. Tries to fake a jump shot, doesn't shoot it. Back out to Hildebrandt. He dishes it back to Rodriguez up at the top. Rodriguez goes in for a slow, methodical drive. Gets it to bounce off the backboard. That was pretty.
It was a great job driving to the right side and a good fadeaway tough bucket from Rodriguez. A little bit of a foul on the court. Morton kind of getting too much contact with Duval, falling to the ground, and the referees are going to call that on Morton.
Yeah, Morton showing some aggressiveness, and that time they just get him for the defensive. Now here's the inbounds to Duval. He will be hounded by Morton this entire half. They've really highlighted shutting down this star, 4-star prospect, the freshman here. He is trying to get anything to work, almost loses it out of bounds. Finally gets a pass off to Barclay, who gives it right back, trying to get something going. Now here's Hayhurst into Cottrell at short corner, guarded by ND Okafor. Gives him a couple moves in the paint, touches it off the glass. A nice little post move there.
So that post move was made because Okafor is not playing nearly as aggressive as he was in the first half. He is sitting at 3 fouls along with Hildebrandt. You can't let your big man foul out, especially in a game like this.
And they're going to need to help out a little bit with that being the case. Morton's going to dish it out to Rodriguez. Now Vavier's guarded, back out to Rodriguez. He's trying to be the play, managing the play here. Now Vavier's a fairly open 3, just rattles out. Okafor fighting for the ball, gets it, and he's got another possession for the Cougs. Now he's working down low over Cottrell, and wow, Okafor has had a night. He keeps going. He can't miss.
That was relentless right there. He got the offensive rebound, and he was feeling himself, driving in the paint, forcing his way down, and he also just forced that turnover right there.
Over the back, Cottrell gets pressured, throws it to Duval, and Duval can't stop it from going over the half-court line. And that's another kind of sloppy turnover the Cougs have been able to force.
I mean, Okafor playing great on both ends of the floor now. On defense, he's getting in the paint, stopping easy shots, and right there, forcing a turnover. It's not going to go on the stat sheet, but that was Okafor who made his name heard.
He's doing a lot right now. He's trying to work for post position. Hildebrandt, little around the back, doesn't quite get it. Now out to Duval on the run. He's going to slow things up. Nope, now he's going to go back in. Dishes back out to Barclay, the other freshman, trying to get something, and it looks like a defensive foul. They're going to give it to Morton again.
That is going to be Morton's second foul of the game, trying to help out on the inside because Hildebrandt himself sitting at 3 personal fouls. But if the guards can help out, stopping the defensive or offensive pressure on the inside any way that they can, they're going to try their best.
Yeah, and you almost like the aggressiveness from Morton a little bit. He's not allowing Duval to have space because when he's had space, we've seen him really cook.
Okafor coming out of the game for Yalaho's coming in. Yalaho's having himself a great game, but interesting decision to bring Okafor out at this moment.
Yeah, but Yalaho has been good as well. But yes, interesting to see Okafor off the court. Now here is Hayhurst being heavily hounded. Now back out to Hayhurst again from the pass from Duval. He drives. Hayhurst kicks it out for a corner 3 from Barclay, and it's true. And that cuts it to just 11-point game now, 58-47. Cougs up by 11 with Rodriguez now at the ball. He's going to drive in, back out to Vaviers. Now Rodriguez again. Morton slows things down, trying to find someone. Now he's going to drive in, fakes it, back out Vaviers for 3, off the front rim and rebounded by Hayhurst.
Vavier is usually a pretty good 3-point shooter, just not finding his shot so far in the second half or in this game. 1 for 5 now, and that one was just left short.
Duval really working for a shot, forces it in the paint, doesn't get it. Rodriguez grabs it and runs, trying to work something here. He fakes the pass, goes baseline, dishes to Morton for a baseline 3, off the rim again, but Yalaho an offensive rebound. Rodriguez again will have it, attacks again, he's relentless. Fakes the mid-range, back out Morton. Morton now on the 3 line, drives in, spinning on the Pac-12 logo, and gets it to roll.
That was a very generous roll and a bounce, but it's the shooter's touch, and it's going to drop in. 13-point lead for the Cougars.
Morton continuing to show his aggressiveness on both sides of the ball. Now dish down low, a miss and another rebound for Hildebrandt. He'll dish it to Rodriguez to once again run the offense. Going a little slower this time, just working the 3-point line. Now Morton on the left side. Back out Vavier's right side. Rodriguez now near the baseline. He's looking for a pass. Now he's driving in on Farrow. Tough mid-range jumper. Rolls off the rim. And it looks like another loose ball foul on the Cougs. I think it's going to be on Hildebrandt boxing out offensively.
I mean, that was a pretty good job by the Cougars on both sides of the ball, forcing quick misses on each side. And Duval really trying to be aggressive, but his aggressiveness is leading to some bad shots, and it's kind of hurting the Thunderbirds. And on the other side of the court, Washington State still doing a good job on finding open people, but now the 3-point shot is not falling. They are now 5 of 15 in the game, and they're just really not getting it to fall. Part of this is being Beavers not being able to get his shots to fall. He only has 3 points in 13 minutes, every single shot attempt has been behind the three-point line, and they're just not falling.
Yep, Southern Utah trying to stay alive. They're still down 13, 60-47 with 15:46 to play. We'll take a quick break for the media timeout. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. We still got a great second half coming. Welcome back to Pullman. It's a weekend night game Wednesday here. Not a whole lot of action in the stands, but a ton on the court. The Cougars are bringing their own energy, and it's coming from a lot of places right now.
A lot of energy, and a lot of it comes from the defensive side of the ball. I mean, with combining blocks and steals, they have 7, and they've also forced 8 turnovers in itself. Great defensive performance so far from the Cougars.
Duval gives it off to Hayhurst. Southern Utah with the ball, down by 13, 60-47 with 15 and a half to go in this second half. Duval drives in, kicks it out to Jones. He's the hot hand in the first half, and they deny him heavily. Duval back up top, guarded by Rodriguez, rejects the screen, tries to get something going, and he's just trying to force too much, loses it. Rodriguez fights for it, and it looks like they're going to get Duval for a loose ball foul. Duval is really trying to make things happen.
I mean, Duval is trying his best, but it's hurting his team. He had an open Dylan Jones, the hot hand from the first half, but he waved him off on the right side. And Duval is going to actually be subbed out because of this. He's very frustrated with himself, and he tried to force up a shot past 3 people, including a 6'8" forward. You can't really do that when you're only standing yourself at 6'3", and it led to a turnover. Cougar possession now.
Yep, trying to force too much. He's used to scoring, averages 13 per game. He's the most in the team. Right now, really has nothing going for him. Now Glass down low to Yalaho. Yalaho trying to make something work. He's going to kick it back out. Ball gets muffed a little bit. Now to Okafor, working at the free throw line, drives in, trying to make a move, gets around him and scores right over Burdick. And now it's a 15-point lead for Washington State, 62-47 with under 15.
Okafor cannot miss. It's just insane. He's 9 of 9 now, hit the 20-point mark for the first time this season. Great performance.
Now Jones at deep 3. He really forced that one. And now the ball going around. It's popping all over the place. It finds the hands of, it looks like Zach Bell on the line. Now they're working it around. Lorenzo back to ball. Back out now on the other side. They're really throwing the ball over the place. Barclay trying to get something working down low, and he just throws it out of bounds.
That was just miscommunication on that play. Barclay was looking for Abelar, but Abelar was not still on the left wing. Goes straight into the scorer's bench, and it's going to be another turnover for the Thunderbirds.
Yep, and now they're taking out Cale Barclay. He's going to come off the court. In his spot, they have Jaden Farrow. Now here's Ace Glass at the top, looking for a shot. Gets deflected by Southern Utah. Out of bounds, will stay here.
That was a good deflection by Abelar. They need to keep the pressure up. The energy is looking a little slow right now for the Thunderbirds. Only 14 minutes left. They got to get back in this game.
Garrett's now in the game. Kicks it to Glass with a corner 3. It's true. And Washington State is pouring it on a little bit here. And it looks like we have a call on the court. And they're going to get a loose ball foul on Glass. The shot will count. So it's 64-47 with 14 to go. Washington State leads by 17 now.
Okafor is called on that foul. He's getting subbed out. There are 14 minutes left. You cannot have Okafor at this many fouls at this point in the game. Hildebrand and Okafor both in foul trouble. One more foul. They're both out of this game.
Yep, it looks like Okafor, does get credited with that foul there. And that's a real struggle point. Now, he's been so good, but he's in foul trouble. It's hard to imagine what more he could be able to do. Now here's Lorenzo with the ball. Abelar guarded by Garrett's up top. Coming off the screen is Jones. Jones in the middle of the paint with the mid-range jumper. True, he continues to hit almost every single time.
If Jones finds a way to set his feet, it's going to be hard to stop him.
Glass just pulls up in transition on 3 and nails it right in the face of the Southern Utah defense. They left him too much space, and he just hits it. Now Abelar really trying to pick up the pace, slows it down now. And now here we go. Abelar off the screen, finds Zach Bell in the corner, rims out. Yalaho with another vicious rebound. Now Morton being guarded, and Abelar is called for a block. He didn't get his feet set there, so it'll stay here.
A couple different things just happened there very quick. Usually when you have this big of a lead, the Cougars want to run down the clock. Not Ace Glass, the freshman, pulls up from deep, trying to look like former Splash Brother Klay Thompson, gets the shot to fall, and it's an 18-point lead for the Cougars.
And for Klay Thompson, played his ball right here. We're a little used to seeing things like this here on the Palouse. Now it's Garrett's. Cougs got the ball up by 18, a chance to go up by 20. The ball gets hit, deflected by Jones, but it will stay with Washington State.
I like that on-ball pressure there by the Thunderbirds, forcing it out of bounds. Those deflections are really going to help them try to get some quick points. Turnovers can lead to a lot of fast break opportunities.
Now Morton off the Yalaho screen hits the mid-range jumper, and they're up by 20 right now. With 13 to go, Washington State maybe pulling away here.
20-point lead. That's going to be hard to come back from if you're the Thunderbirds.
Now they're trying to get something working. Farrow down low. Looks like we're going to get a loose ball foul on the Cougs.
It might go against Case. Why not? There's just a lot of pressure. You kind of hit the back of a Thunderbird there, and it is the first personal foul for Why Not, and it's a 6th personal foul for the Cougars.
Why Not has done well so far in his limited role. He's had more time today, and so far he has done a solid job. Now here's Abelar, guarded by Garrett's. He's on the side, the right side. Now back up top, Bell driving. Now forced back out, trying to take a screen. Abelar now dries off the right side. Ball gets deflected, and Yalaho steals it. Now to Ace Glass in transition, looking for a man. He's going to slow things down, get a nice possession. Now Garrett's fairly open, but he's going to hold it. Now to Why Not, to Glass in the corner. He spins through the defender, tries to pull off a fancy pass, looks at him off, and gets a no-look pass to Why Not. Glass is showing off his bag right now.
That got the Beasley Coliseum roaring, and it got the bench roaring. Lots of spin moves and some fancy dribbling, and a great pass to Why Not. Great job there by the freshman.
A little bit of street ball from Glass, showing the finesse and flair. Now driving in his Bell, he loses it. Yalaho gets the steal, throws it ahead. Garrett's has it, finishes it in transition. Washington State's up by 24 now, 73-49 with just under 12 to go. What has happened?
I mean, it's just so much defensive pressure the Cougars keep putting on. They're not pulling back off of the brakes, or they're not hitting the brakes. They're pulling on the gas. And Rob Jeter and the Thunderbirds are really panicking right now. They're now down 24, getting outscored by 10 just in this half. You really cannot be letting this happen. A 9-0 run over the past 2 minutes for the Cougars is leading to this timeout, and a lot of it is from the defensive pressure and some great passing. Ace Glass, what is that right there? So much great dribbling moves, some spin moves off the back, and it almost led to a turnover, but great awareness there by Glass, finding his teammate. Why Not? Easy layup there, and that fast break opportunity right there was also led by Morin poking it loose and then poking the ball up the court to Garrett's, who got the layup. I think the fans wanted to dunk, but they'll take the layup. 24-point lead here for the Cougars.
Certainly, Glass playing like he's on the Rucker court in New York, showing off the street ball action, and you love to see it. We'll take a quick break as Washington State up 24 with just under 12 minutes left in the game. Welcome back to Pullman, and Washington State really starting to take off a little bit, even without their two biggest offensive weapons, Ugbo and Thrasserson. They have run the game so far offensively, 73 points with 12 minutes left to go in the second half.
63% from the field as a team is amazing to see, and Okafor is a big part of that, picking up on the offensive game. He has been pretty quiet all season long until tonight, getting himself to, it appears to be 18 points now, 8 for 8 on the field.
Now back in the game is Duval. He takes it up for the court. Now Cottrell has it. Hayhurst back to Duval. Glass with a steal, and it looks like Duval kind of tried to slow him up with a foul, so no bucket. Glass may have had a highlight.
To be fair, I don't think Duval was intentionally going to foul Glass on that play. It's just the momentum kind of swung him, taking out the lower body of Glass. And that's going to be Duval's fourth personal foul. It's just the aggressiveness. That one wasn't as much on him. That was just a great play by Glass, not slowing down at all, keeping the pressure. I mean, got the turnover, he got the steal. It's just the foul stopped the fast break points, and another time out on the court.
And it's rare to have a moment where you almost prefer the foul. Duval now with 4 fouls, been their best offensive weapon. He's almost out of the game now, and this has been a story. But another media timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Which famous WSU product was developed through food science during World War II? A, B, or C? D, B. B, you got it. Cougar Gold team. Congratulations, Ryan. You got 2 out of 3. And that means you're going home with the next round. Give our contestants a round of applause. And the Chamber of Commerce will give you some levels.
Welcome back once again to Pullman, Washington. Washington State now up 73-49, up by 24 points. And a bit of a shock. They've really run the table, especially in the second half. What, though, can Southern Utah do to kind of at least eat into this lead, make things more interesting?
Well, what I think they really need to start doing more is attack the paint. Their shooting on the season has been decent from inside the paint. It's been above 50%, and that's what you want to see. And I think a big part of that is Isaiah Cottrell, the forward who is a senior, 6'11", get him in the paint. Try to get him to score. The Cougars are losing some size when you have Hildebrandt and Okafor both in foul trouble. Try to attack the paint, maybe get them to foul out, and then keep attacking that paint. You're down 24, but, I mean, that's just 12 possessions if you score and stop each time.
Glass with a quick 3, hits another one. He's on fire off the bench. The freshman is having a day.
Well, you can't really get a stop if you don't guard the hot hand. Leave him wide open. He's now 18 on the night.
Now Hayhurst over to Cottrell. Southern Utah just trying to get anything working offensively. They've been really quiet. Duval fights. Glass covering him very heavily. And now he just goes back out to Jones. Jones tries a drive, spinning, doing everything, but just going back out. Hayhurst now has the ball. Duval driving baseline, leads it to Farrow in the paint, and a nice bucket to beat the clock. Good possession there for Southern Utah.
That's a good job attacking the paint. Just beating the shot clock, though. You need to get it a little bit quicker, especially with only 10 minutes left on the clock.
Now Yalaho with the ball to Wynot. Back out Garretts. Fakes the 3 and drives. Left-hand layup, and he leaves it to dry. And Cottrell is going to get the rebound. Now Duval patrols for Southern Utah.
That was great pressure by Farrow, who also just made that turnaround jumper. Maybe he can be a spark to get them back in this game.
It looks like they're going to him again. Farrow down low, hits it off the front of the rim, misses a chippy, and now Wynot has it and getting the ball up the court.
Might have been a commentator jinx on my part, but Farrow did have an open look right there at the paint. He just didn't get it to fall.
Happens to the best of us. And now Glass has the ball over to Garretts. Now Viviers, a three, right over the 6'9" Farrow, right in his face. Didn't matter. Washington State now up a staggering 79-51. This is becoming a track meet for the Cougs.
Really is. And like now the 3-point shot is starting to fall for the Cougars. They're 8 of 18. They went a little bit cold to start this half, but getting it to fall and so much momentum is in their favor.
And a miss there from Hayhurst down low, bordered by Yalaho. And now Why Not once again takes it up. He dishes to Yalaho, working on the right side, backing up Jones. Now gives it back to Glass. Shoots the three over Duval. Just rolls out. The hot hand finally misses. Now Duval has it. It looks like he's showing a little bit of pressure. Slows it down a little bit. Up at the top, guarded by Garretts. Now over on the side, it's Farrow looking for him pass. Tried to go to Cottrell. Doesn't see it. Back out Hayhurst. Now Duval at the top. He's waving off the screen. Now Cottrell down the lane and a dunk. He leaves the waters wide open, and just like Moses, goes right through the middle.
Well, maybe the Cougars, their defensive plan is to not give up threes. They can't give up big points, but they'll let up tough shot clock plays where it gets to the end, and they only end up with 2 points. Cougars still scoring more in this half.
79-53 now. Washington State up big, and Yalaho has it with about 8.5 to go. Glass now in the paint, working, now backing out to the three-point line. Shoots the three and just rolls out again. And a tough rebound there. Farrow's going to get the board plus the foul on Yalaho.
I mean, that was a great rebound there by Farrow, but Yalaho just trying to get away to poke the ball away. Maybe Rehard Beavers as well. Both of them kind of double teamed on that rebound, trying to poke it away. But the rebound still goes to the Thunderbirds, and everyone's walking down the court. Yeah, Yalaho will be the one to receive the foul, but the Thunderbirds are now in the bonus, and Farrow is going to go to the line.
So now Farrow at the line. He's been an interesting topic. Hasn't had the loudest of days or performances, but he's been consistently with Duval, really the focal point of this offense. What do you think has slowed him down today?
Well, Farrow is just not getting the ball too much. He's only shot it 4 times, has 2 rebounds. He has an assist to his name, but he just need to get the ball a little more.
Makes the first free throw, cuts it to 25-point lead for Washington State. They're up 79-54 with exactly 8.5 now to go. Farrow now on the second free throw, trying to do anything to cut this lead. Gets it, and nice second free throw. So good pair of shots there for him. Cuts the lead to just 24. Now Rodriguez has the ball back in the game. He's done a nice job running a little bit of point today, and now gives it up to Why Not. Why Not being guarded by Duval on the side. Viviers a three, just barely misses off the front rim. Farrow grabs the board, out and running. Now Hayhurst goes down the lane, muscles it in for 2, and Southern Utah just staying alive right now.
Great job by Hayhurst going through a lot of contact. His own teammate Duval kind of got in the way, put a lot of defenders in his area, but got it up and in. 22-point game now.
Now Why Not a three, trying to stretch the lead. Misses. It's still 22-point lead. 79-57 now with under 8 to go. Duval now guarded by Viviers. Duval looking for a man. Cottrell's going to come up for a screen and gets doubled as Duval. Leaves open for Farrow in the corner, and he hits it. So a little run here for Southern Utah, staying alive.
Farrow now into the double digits with 11 points. He's shooting very efficiently, 4 for 5 from the field, and 1 3-pointer. And with that, David Riley not really liking how his Cougars are playing. They're being very aggressive from the 3-point line, taking any shot where they find room, and it's really not working for them right now at the moment. There's a 9-0 run now for Southern Utah, and Riley wants to take a timeout to understand we got to park the bus. We cannot be blowing 20-point leads right now. Leads now under 20, 79-60. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. You just run down the clock. You don't give up weird off-the-ball fouls, and you can still walk away with a pretty good handed win.
Yes, starting a game is important, but finishing a game well is always huge, especially when you're about to go to an invitational like Washington State. So a timeout for Washington State. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Washington State up by 19. Welcome back to Pullman on a chilly November night. Late start, but we're playing into the night. Washington State keeping things going, but Southern Utah has closed it a little bit. 79-60 now with 7.5 to go. What has Southern Utah done to kind of slow Washington State's roll a little bit?
Well, they're playing good defensive pressure on the three-point line. They're getting a man on each shooter, putting hands in the face, and Cougars taking quick shots. They need to slow this game down a little bit more.
Morton now gets it deflected by Duval. It'll stay with Washington State.
Good on-ball pressure right there from Duval. Pokes it loose. A little bit risky with the 4 fouls, but they're down 19. They'll take anything that they can get.
They're kind of hand fighting right now there. Hildebrandt and Farrow gets it in. Morton's got it now. He's trying to shake off the D, back out to Viviers. Now Rodriguez being guarded by Hayhurst. Looking for a pass. He finds it in Viviers. Back to Rodriguez. Now driving right side. Tries to get a bucket. Spins. Loses it. It's rolling around. Okafor has it. And he'll just shoot the jumper. And that's his first miss of the game. Not often you say that this late. Washington State leads 19. Now Duval has it. He's going to be guarded by Morton as usual. Now they switch. Hildebrandt on him. And he's looking for a screen. Duval wants the ball and wants to score. Leaves it dry on the front rim. Viviers cleans it up. And now Morton has it for Washington State.
I mean, that's not a bad shot to take. He had an open floater. He's just got to make that. He's known as one of the better players for the Thunderbirds. He's just got to start hitting those floaters to get them back in this game.
Now Morton with the ball left side. Now drives in a little bit. He's got a lot of defense in his face with Hayhurst. Now Okafor driving right by Cottrell. Rolls around and lazily falls down. Washington State up 21 now. Andy Okafor got his first miss, but makes it again.
That was a little bit of the luck of the Irish right there, getting the roll to go down. Just kind of rimmed around the rim, just circling around. Good job there by Okafor.
And now Okafor running the transition, leaves it to Rodriguez. It gets blocked. Little inverted rolls there. And so still a 21-point game. Duval leaves it to Cottrell in transition. Cottrell leaves it all off. An air ball in the paint. And Morton has it now. Washington State up with 5:45 to go. 21-point lead. Morton leaves it to Okafor up at the top of the key. Now looking for a pass. Finds it in Rodriguez off the screen. Finds an open Hildebrandt, but leaves the pass. Was that deflected? Doesn't look like it, and it's going to be a turnover.
That's happened a couple of possessions ago, but what a block by Jaden Farrow, getting up and blocking it off the backboard, giving his team a quick fast break. Does not result in points after the miss by Cottrell. A little bit uncharacteristic. The two stars coming into this game for the Thunderbirds have really turned out to be their downfalls so far today.
Now Duval with the ball, and of note, Okafor now has 20 points on 9 of 10 from the floor. Now he's guarding Duval. Duval goes by him, and they're going to call, it looks like, a foul on Hildebrandt, who picked him up after he went by Okafor.
If this is on Hildebrandt, that'll be unfortunate, as that's his 5th foul of the game.
And it is just over the announcement. So Hildebrandt's day is done, but overall did a nice job filling in for Tomas Thrasterson. Really provided them with some solid numbers. 8 points, 40% from the field, had a 3 on 24 minutes. He only averages about 15 to 16 a game. So in a larger role, we see him kind of stand up.
And a lot of it was also defensive pressure. You don't show it on the stat, on the box score, but he is there in the paint each time, each possession, giving it his all, trying to force bad shots.
Now here's the first free throw for Duval, and it's true. So he's going to cut the lead. It's still about a 20-point deficit with 5:22 to go in the game. Duval will try to cut it to 19 with this free throw. And he does so. Perfectly swishes it. Now Yalaho inbounds it to Rodriguez. A little bit of pressure now from Southern Utah, trying to force a turnover. Morton just kind of goes right through it all. And now he's looking for something, slows it down, looking for a solid pass right now, trying to keep every offensive possession slow and methodical at this point. Morton once again has it, guarded heavily. Now turns it around, shoots it off the glass, short. Yalaho with a vicious rebound again. And it looks like we're going to get a loose ball foul on Southern Utah.
I mean, that's just a fun possession there. You're moving the ball around. You're taking your time. You're being methodical. And Morton did get an open look. He just didn't get the fall, but a great offensive rebound getting up there from Yalaho.
Okafor spinning and getting it over Cottrell. He has owned that matchup all night. Washington State now up 83-62. Okafor having himself a career night, now up to 22 points with just one missed shot. Now a missed three in the corner for Southern Utah. Ball bounces around. Cottrell can't grab the board, so it's back to Washington State ball.
Rebounds have been a major factor as well for the Cougars. They have altogether 30 rebounds tonight compared to Southern Utah's 22. And Yalaho now has a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. And for Okafor, if he gets 3 more, he's got himself a 22-point double-double. And that's an amazing thing to see for these big men for the Cougars.
This is a great game. They've stepped up the supporting cast for Washington State, filling in the absences of their 2 big offensive weapons. And now here's one guy that's done it a lot. Ace Glass with a 3 just off the front rim. Okafor gets the board right over the defense and puts it in and one. Okafor keep the night rolling. Up to 85 points, now 85-62. Washington State leads by 23. Okafor cannot be stopped.
He's just a dominant force all night long. An amazing offensive rebound. He's standing at 6'10", but with his jump, you're getting about 9 feet in the air. And if you're grabbing rebounds like that, it's going to be hard to stop.
Here's Okafor. He's working his way closer to 30 points at this point, and he just can't miss either. Now up to 25 with that make. Washington State up 24 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go now. Duval guarded now, driving in. He's been trying to force things a little bit. Back out Lee. Now Jones a 3, who was the hot hand in the first. Looks like he's cooled off a little bit. Misses that. Now Glass has it. Drives right on Lee. Gets rejected. So Glass showing a little more enthusiasm. Gets blocked. But overall, Washington State up by 24. What have you liked here?
I mean, the Cougars, they're being methodical, and they're finding open shots. They're not forcing bad shots, kind of similar to what Southern Utah's in. They're down big. They're trying to get any quick shot they possibly could, but they had open men around them that they just did not pass to. Cougars playing very aggressive, lots of double teams, lots of deflections, and it's been leading to quick points for the Cougars as well. Each turnover that the Thunderbirds get, they lead to points for the Cougars. Right now, the Thunderbirds don't have a single made shot in the past 3 minutes and 36 seconds. They're 0 for 5 in their last 5, and they need to find something to get going. Otherwise, this could end up being more than a 30-point game. And after losing by 72 to the Bulldogs, losing to the Cougars by 30 is really not going to help on this road trip.
Absolutely not, but they're going to keep going for it. 4 minutes still left to play. Wazoo leads 86-62, a 24-point lead. We'll be right back for the final home stretch of this one. Welcome back. We are in the home stretch of this one. Washington State hosting Southern Utah. Washington State offensively, even with the absence of some of their top players, has been rolling offensively. 56% from the field shooting, 35% from deep.
I mean, it's good shooting, and I mean, the deep shots, they've been a little bit forced the second half, but they're still taking smart shots. They're open, and they're taking them.
Okafor gets a rare miss in the paint. Now Duval has the ball running out in transition, right over Glass, gets it, and one, and there's the Duval we expected to see tonight.
And that only took 10 seconds for the Thunderbirds to force a miss, get down the court, get a quick bucket, and a foul. This one's looking a little out of hand at the moment, but anything can happen in sports, and basketball is one of those sports where crazy things happen.
And you can guarantee that Duval is not going to go quietly. Now 86-64, Duval will shoot the free throw to cut it to a 21-point deficit, and he does so. Another free throw. He's been nice at the line tonight. Now they're showing a little pressure. Glass does get it from Yalaho. Now Morton will take it up. The pressure backs off, and Morton will take it up freely. Guarded by Duval, gives him a tough crossover, wraps it around, and scores. Morton showing off some of the athleticism.
That was a great layup there. Athletic, getting high in the air, getting around the defender. Good shot.
Now a 3 missed from Barclay. Rebound, Yalaho. He has a double-double, and he keeps adding on. Takes it up the court now. Now drives right through the middle, and Jones was late defensively. He gets called for the foul, and Yalaho is going to go to the line. He will now have a chance to get up to 14 in the night. Washington State now up 90-65 with 3 minutes and 15 to play.
That was more of a strength difference. They're similar in height. Jones being at 6'6" and Yalaho being at 6'8". But Yalaho, his strength and his size easily bodies him, gets to the free throw line as well.
So Yalaho, after scoring 15 against the Huskies, now has 14 tonight. He has done a huge job stepping in for Ugbo, who got injured very early on in this one. Duval now has the ball, guarded by Rodriguez. Duval again with the ball, and it looks like it went off a foot. Endi Okafor is racing after it, trying to force a turnover, and they're going to call over the back. So Okafor's hustle may have helped force a turnover, and Washington State will get the ball back. They're still up 26 with just 3 minutes to go.
That was great awareness by Okafor, and that's another turnover for Duval, but that's due to the fact that if that ball rolled out of bounds, it still probably would have been on the Thunderbirds. Good job there by Okafor, playing smart defensively and offensively.
Rodriguez, the man from Spain, now kicks it back out to Wynot, and he drills the 3, has played a limited role this year, and he stepped up. He says, Coach, you're going to need to find more minutes for me.
The sophomore from Lapwai, Idaho, drains the 3 from the top of the key, pushing it to a 29-point lead. Cougars almost hitting the century mark this game.
Impressive stuff from a team that is overall a little undermanned offensively, and it looks like we've got a foul. Washington State up 29 now, 94-65. They may have a bid for 100 points.
It would be a big win for the team all around, as they're only averaging 75 points per game.
First free throw is good for Jalen Lee, transfer from Long Island last year. He actually started the first 2 games of the season for Southern Utah, has since been limited to more of a bench role. Here's the second free throw, also true. 94-67, Washington State leads. 2.5 to go. Wynot with the ball to inbound, finds Garrett's. Now Glass is running. Glass now backs out a little bit, covered by 3 defenders. Now Glass slows it down, gets the screen from Okafor. Now dishes to Okafor, and he gets blocked, but not before a foul is called on number 25, Burdick, for Southern Utah.
Well, the Thunderbirds put in Kai Burdick, the senior center. He's 7 foot tall, and that's mainly the reason that they put him in. He's there to be a defensive force on the inside to stop Okafor, and it has forced Okafor to miss his first couple shots of the game, but that foul's not going to help. Got a little bit too much contact on the hands. Free throws coming for the Cougars.
And a miss there for Okafor. And yeah, while he has slowed down, it's tough to say that Okafor has struggled in any capacity. 11 of 13 from the floor. With this free throw, he would have 26 if he makes it. And Southern Utah, we're seeing some of the growing pains that's evident with a team that lost all but 2 players. Only 2 players returned for the Southern Utah team. And right now they're just trying to kind of piece things together. And they have guys like Jones with the ball right now, who banks in a 3, a little late game fireworks, cuts it to a 24-point game, 94-70 with 2 to go. Rodriguez dishes to Okafor, down low, more of the same.
A great pass, though. That was set up by a good pass and a good job working around the rim. Okafor has great rim awareness and backing down and understanding where his defenders are.
Now, guarded here by Rodriguez is Stevens. Back out Lee. Lee's got it. Guarded by Glass. And Wynot steals the ball on an entry pass. He's been all over the place. Tries to find Okafor. Saved by Garrett's. Rodriguez now has it, and he says, let's slow things a little bit. Now Rodriguez going off the ND Okafor screen. Back out Glass. Glass driving on the left side, leaves it with his right hand on the left and scores it. And just some more fireworks from the freshman. Wazoo 98-70. 1 minute to go, and the crowd is getting on their feet. They love what they're seeing from their Cougs.
The Cougars with one more bucket hit the century mark, and Beasley's going to go nuts if it happens. Lots of people on our area in the visitors area are standing on their feet. They're excited. They're proud of this team.
I wonder if they get free tacos if they get 100 points. Probably would help the environment a little bit more. Now here is Stevens guarded heavily. He comes off the bench primarily, and now he's going to get a bucket. They're going to call Garrett's for a blocking call. So now Stevens going to the line, and he'll have an opportunity to cut this game to a 25-point lead.
Parker Garrett's had a decent idea to get in the paint and try to draw a charge, but he was in the restricted area, and that's an easy blocking call to call. And that's going to be another and one for Southern Utah.
Stevens free throw on the and one, rolls in and out. The loose ball picked up, and another foul, and it looks like off the bench coming out of nowhere. I believe that was a kid off the bench. He plays in a very limited capacity, but he comes in, immediately gets a bucket, and the and one.
One of the freshmen from Atlanta, Georgia, stepping up, getting a good job, getting an offensive rebound, waiting for the contact, and putting up the shot after the contact. Does not get the free throw to fall, though.
So back-to-back misses on free throws for three-point play opportunities. Wazoo leads by 24, 98-74, under a minute to go. Wynot has the ball, looking for a century mark. Yalaho fakes the three. Back out Garrett's. Garrett's drives on Kidd. Wynot, open three. Does he have it? Just off the rim. Can't hit 100. Kidd with the rebound off the bench. Now here's Jones being guarded by Yalaho. 37 seconds to go. Jones steps back for a long mid-range on the baseline, misses. Yalaho has the rebound, and there's a little over 30 seconds, so there'll at least be another possession after this. Garrett's guarded by Lee. Will Wazoo elect to hold out? They will, it looks like. Coach is telling them to slow things down. Oh, but they're getting some encouragement in the crowd. Which one's it going to be? Here we go. Washington State with the ball. They want it. In the game now is Blakely, number 7 for Washington State. Played very little from Los Angeles, California, but he doesn't get to shoot it.
There is so much disappointment in the crowd right there. I'm pretty sure you heard it, the size of disappointment. But other than the fact they couldn't hit the century mark, there was not much wrong with this Cougars team today. And the Thunderbirds do end up scoring 74, shooting decent percentages from both the field and three-point line. They still end up losing by 24 because of Cougars' relentless offense and the pick-me-ups from the unsung heroes of this team.
Washington State had probably their best game of the year by far. 98-74. They win this one by a long shot, and Washington State did it incredibly efficient. 57% from the field, 36% from deep, which is 6% higher than they've done all season. Coming away from this game, how does Washington State continue their season now with a nice win?
Well, they're going to have to continue their season by traveling to Hawaii. Something that will be brought up and questioned is who's going to step up to be their scorers. Today, it was ND Okafor. An amazing performance from the 6'10" redshirt junior from Donegal, Ireland. Just an amazing performance, both on the defensive end, getting rebounds, getting 8 of his own, a lot of them being the offensive as well, and getting 27 points. How about that, man? Just a great performance all around. And another name stepping up is the freshman Ace Glass. 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, was shooting pretty aggressive at the end from 3, just trying to end the game, call game, get as many points as possible for the Cougars. And the final unsung hero of the night is Emeli Yalaho. Just a great job coming off the bench as well, scoring 14, shooting very efficient, only 2 missed shots, 5 for 7 from the field, hitting 2 3-pointers as well, and 2 free throws on top of that. And with that is the only double-double of the game, getting 11 rebounds on top of his 14 points in the 28 minutes that he played. He was a great performer along with Okafor and Glass.
Yep, Washington State down arguably their best 2 offensive weapons. It doesn't matter. They go out and score 90 8 points, incredibly efficient. And now they're going to head over to the sunny shores of Maui. And while it may feel like a vacation, it's going to be a business trip, make no doubt. And for everybody about to go out for Thanksgiving break, I wish everyone a great Thanksgiving, and go Cougs.
Go Cougs.